I get a lot of people who see me, or they might be at a clinic or a group session where I'm putting on a clinic on these unbreakable bonds with your horses. And people will bring me random horses and I'll be working with that horse and they'll say things like, man, I see you working with that horse, and you know, it's just almost as if you're speaking to that horse. There's some type of magic happening, and really it has nothing to do with magic. I think a lot of what people are picking up on and seeing is the timing and feel, and also my ability to be okay with my horse making mistakes. Believe it or not, the more we try to control what our horse does, the more anxiety and pressure we put on them. And so I kind of like my horse to stumble into and fall into the right answer. So I'll try my best to set them up as best as I possibly can. And a lot of times that means letting them make poor decisions and really setting them up to make good decisions, and then just laying the praise on them when they do make those good decisions. So I'm going to work on refining some of the things that we've been working on these last few minutes. So for example, we talk about pushing our horse. So I'm going to go ahead and push him out. And if you remember just a few minutes ago when we started with this, when I would push him out, he'd sometimes buck and kick out and he'd toss his head. But you can see that now his transitions are a lot better. Okay, so you see him start to kick out here? That's a mistake, right? And so because he made that mistake, I'm going to push my pony on, make him do a little bit of work. I'm not mad at him. I'm not counting down and getting upset and whacking him and 1, 2, 3, we're going to whack that horse or any of that kind of crap. Instead, what I'm doing is saying, okay, if you get overreactive and you start maybe kicking out, you don't give me those smooth transitions, you can make that decision. And I'm okay with that. But are you going to be okay with that? Because that means that I'm going to have you do just a little bit more work, get you moving out a little bit more. So now I've worked him a little bit, catch him at the canter. I'm going to take a nice big deep breath. Good. I'm going to slow him right down into a walk. I want him to keep walking down. Good boy. Let's keep him in a walk here. Good. Now we're going to go right back into the trot. Good. Better transition there. I'm going to ask for the canter. It's not the prettiest. He's cross-firing in the hind end. But I'm going to keep him moving. Keep him working. Let him own that decision. A lot of people would have tried to fix the way he's cross-cantering or how he's cross-firing in the back end here. But I'm not. He's going to be uncomfortable traveling that way. That's the decision he has to live with. In a moment, I'll give him an opportunity to make a much better decision. So I'm going to go ahead and breathe him down here to a trot. Back down to a walk. Keep him on the rail. When he comes in, I'll just push him right back out. Good. Now I'm going to put him right back into the trot. Much better transition there. And I'm going to ask for a canter. Again, cross-firing in that hind end. We'll go back to a trot. Let's see if we can get him to pick up into there. That was better. Good. So he didn't crossfire and he didn't jump as much. It was a more fluid transition. I'm going to breathe him back down to a trot because he made a good decision. It wasn't perfect, but it was better. Our pony made progress. And that's all I'm looking for. If I were to sit here and tell you that I was looking to find some sort of perfection, that I was looking for him to do everything perfect, that would be an unrealistic expectation. But if I can just try to have an eye out to set him up for success by looking for just the most gradual sign of progress and then rewarding him for that, then I'm more likely to set him up for success. So now this time when I ask for the canter again, I'm going to ask him right here. He went right in, correct leads, he's not cross-firing, really good transition. He did a good job, so I slowed him down and I'm going to bring him in. And now you can see how, look at that draw, how he's more inclined to kind of come in towards me, how as I back up, that nose is sticking with me, those feet are unlocking and he's more likely to come in towards me. All of that there is because I've allowed him to make some bad decisions and learn from them. And a lot of times when our pony, yeah, let me give you a rub. So even like right now, how still he's kind of a little bit weary when I come up by that eye. Again, I let him make that poor decision, but I'm going to wait for him to soften and make a better decision here. See if he'll stand still for a moment. There, he's licking and chewing. I'm going to stick with him here. And again, I'm not going to force him to accept this. There. See if I can get him to incline back towards me. There. But what happens is when he makes the poor decisions, we, instead of chastising him, what we need to do is let him just deal with the consequences of that on his own. So often we're told to get after that horse, that don't let that horse get away with that, and all this junk and garbage that you'll learn from a lot of people over the years that just isn't true or beneficial to really creating a relationship with your horse. Yeah, you might get temporary results, but you're not going to have that meaningful relationship that you can always consistently draw on and count on. And so instead of chastising him, I'm going to reward him when he makes the good decisions and let him know that by making those good decisions, life gets a lot easier for him. Things get so much, good boy, so much more comfortable. If I had just kept, and I could have, I could have just asked my pony to give just a little bit there and release right there. Or I could have gone to rub my horse, and if he throws his head up, instead of rubbing his head, I'll be like, oh, well, let me just rub his shoulder because he'll accept that. But no, I want him to make poor decisions and give us an opportunity to work through those together so that he's more likely to become a safer, softer, and steadier horse.